Hello, wonderful ladies and gentlemen. This is the last video, the finale of finales, the greatest game. Not gonna call it the greatest game of all time, but it's a great childhood game. Sly Cooper back here talking about it with Krysten The Kidd here. You know how we do out here in these streets, and I don't know what the fuck's going on in my head, of course. But to talk about this particular boss fight, and talk about what's going on with it, and things of that nature. What the fuck? What's going on with you? But speaking about everything and speaking about the things that have been happening with this game in general, this boss fight, Clockwork. It's hard for me to really go into specifics because this is the final boss fight. Like, it doesn't feel like final boss fight troop, or should I say, like, it doesn't feel like a final boss fight in general because of how many phases it is. Like, Clockwork has been against the Sly Cooper family for generations and is insistent on destroying the Cooper family foundation by tearing off the pages of the devious raccoonist and destroying the book entirely. Which, in most cases, revenge on that sort of level is just beyond me, because if we recall from Naruto, revenge is not all this, I want to say, like, what's the word I'm looking for? All that, you know? But in general, like with this boss fight, the nostalgic part about it is, like, I can never beat this boss as a child. I remember it so well. I think it was like the Ratchet and Clank boss to me. Like, when I finally beat it, it was like, yes, I beat you. And it's like, childhood me will be so proud of this moment, because it's like childhood me and adult me both like understand, like, I fought a lot of harder bosses in my day. And I've beaten a lot of like characters, a lot of final bosses, a lot of things that have led me to a finale where I feel some type of way about stuff. But with this boss fight in general, like, it's so nostalgic when I beat it, because it's like, I think this was particularly one of the first boss fights I would have beaten as a child, and it would have been so memorable for me to, like, you know, really like go into detail about it, because like I didn't really beat as many video games back in my day, and I have a reason for that. And the reason befitting that is that, if I'm to speak like wholesome about it, as a child, I was just one of those, like, if we speak about female gamers and say like how they don't finish like certain stuff, or like how they play GTA, things of that nature, like, we always drop the memes about that. But as a gamer myself, I committed to doing a lot of stupid shit when I was younger, because I never learned how to finish a fucking video game, because I never understood how to get past certain things. It's like, it's something that happens while you're a child. Like, you get some type of like block in your mind where you're like, oh, I can't beat this because I'm not good enough. And then you, like, you know, you play the game to a certain point, you're just like, you know what, I'm done with the game, I'm gonna play something else. And that's just who I was. And that's why, like, I think I'm more inclined to finish games now, because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be a failure, I'm not gonna allow this to beat me. Which is why I would rather die like 50 million times on a game than give up. Which in general means I can always come back to this and better my game, and of course better the gameplay, which is why I play Smite so heavily. But just a little bit of a intro into my mind of the Krysten The Kidd brain, you know? But I hope you guys hope you guys are enjoying it. Quarantine is really getting annoying to me. This COVID shit, I just wish it was over, so we can get back to the normalcy of everything. And yeah, my scheduling now is probably gonna be back consistent with me living on my own, so I'm probably gonna try streaming this Friday, and then, you know, we're gonna see where we go from that point on. Until then, catch you guys in the next one. Peace from the Shots on Streets.
Okay, that jetpack is easy to fly. Use the left analog stick to aim and steer, and press the square button to fire its rockets. Sly! Behind you!
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always? So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting a day when I would finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly! My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor. Shoot into the gaps I create!
You're so familiar with my family, you must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves. It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father. Then the Cooper line will be erased and the only master thief will be Clockwork. You're the weakest Cooper I've yet encountered.
Goodbye.
You're the weakest Cooper I've yet encountered. You can't stop me forever. I will live. My intellect is perfect. My experience is great. Feet together. I will live. Immortal. Sequence 7. Meteorite energy. Kman!
took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was going to slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... One. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
I hate to tell you this, Sly, but the Thievius Raccoonus isn't fully restored. You're gonna have to go back and unlock all the vaults to find the pages you're missing. There is some good news, though. A friend of mine in Japan just sent me this really cool movie. And guess what? It's all about us!
いやー危なかった。ま、軽い。
Press the circle to enter the vault code. It was a challenge, but this vault's combination has got to be 667. Amazing! Colonel Reed Cooper's time stopper technique. Press the triangle button and execute a flashbang that will stun all guards in the world for a few seconds. I can see how this might be useful and entertaining too.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm since I was 8 years old. The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while other family members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.